There's a strange moment that happens before a man ever approaches you, a moment most women never notice. It's the moment he pauses, just a tiny shift in his breathing, a soft lock of his eyes on you, and suddenly he's not just looking, he's studying you quietly, intensely, and completely without you realizing it. Men don't get turned on the way women think they do. It's not the obvious, loud, dramatic things. It's the small, subtle details that hit him like a spark in the nervous system. And here's the part no one teaches you when a man is truly attracted. He doesn't stare at your body first, he stares at the parts of you that make him feel emotionally pulled in. He notices the way your smile appears when someone says something unexpected, the way your eyes soften when you're listening, the way your energy shifts when you're relaxed and in your feminine flow. He becomes obsessed not with what you show, but with what slips out naturally. Your softness, your warmth, the tiny gestures you don't even think about. Because men don't fall for perfect, they fall for presence. The way you walk into a room, the confidence that sits quietly in your shoulders, the way your voice changes when you're excited or shy, those are the things that keep him watching you longer than he intends. And he will never admit any of this out loud. He'll pretend he's not looking. He'll look away the moment you catch him. But inside, he's replaying that moment, that smile, that glance, that movement over and over like a silent confession he'll never put into words. Today, I'm going to reveal the 10 things men secretly stare at when they're turned on, the things that make him feel drawn to you, curious about you, and unable to look away. And I promise you, once you know these, you'll stop doubting your attractiveness. You'll stop thinking you need to try harder, because the things that make men desire you are not the things you've been told your whole life. The very first moment a man becomes aware of you is never as dramatic as movies make it seem. There's no thunder, no spotlight, no slow motion effect. Instead, it's something much quieter, something instinctive that happens deep in his nervous system. His attention snaps to you, but his mind isn't thinking yet. His body is. And the first thing it reacts to is your smile. Not the smile you rehearse, not the photo smile you practice in mirrors. It's the smile that slips out without your permission. The kind that softens your face and reveals a version of you that's warm, gentle, and beautifully human. See, men don't fall for smiles because they look pretty. They fall for them because a smile reveals emotion. A smile tells him who you are before you ever speak. It tells him whether you're approachable, kind, playful, or open. Men watch a woman's smile the same way women watch a man's tone, as a sign of emotional safety. When you smile naturally, even in a small, shy, or accidental way, it activates something powerful in him, relief, because men are always scanning for signs of acceptance. They want to feel like they're welcome in your space. Your smile is the first signal that says it's safe to come closer. He watches how your smile appears. Is it slow and subtle, or bright and sudden? Does it lift one side of your mouth more? Does it reach your eyes? Does it disappear when you get nervous? These tiny details make him feel like he's seeing a part of you most people miss. And whether you notice it or not, the moment you smile, he sees softness. And that softness is what pulls him in. But the second thing he stares at, often even more intensely, is your eyes. Not because he's consciously checking your eye color or shape, but because the eyes are where your emotional truth lies. A man looks at your eyes to understand you. He's watching for micro expressions, the tiny shifts that reveal your reactions before you speak. Your eyes tell him if you're intrigued, if you're shy, if you're playful, if you're evaluating him, or if you don't notice him at all. There's a reason why a man holds eye contact with you a second longer than normal when he's attracted. He's not staring to be bold. He's staring because he's trying to decode your energy. Are you open? Are you guarded? Are you curious? Your eyes are like a doorway into the emotional space he wants to feel connected to. And then when you look back, even for half a second, it jolts him. Men feel attraction visually They feel connection through eye contact. Just a few seconds of shared eye contact can make his heart race more than anything physical. He notices how your eyes shift when you smile. He notices how they widen when you're surprised. He notices the softness that appears when you're listening and the spark that appears when something excites you. And if you ever look away shyly, then look back, that small moment can drive him crazy in the most innocent, YouTube safe way, because that moment feels like flirtation without a single word spoken. Men also pay attention to the way you blink, the pace of your gaze, whether your eyes linger on something or someone. These tiny signals give him information about your confidence, your mood, and your interest level. And here's the secret most women never hear. When a man is turned on, his eyes are searching not for your body, but for your emotional availability. He's checking if you're someone he can approach, talk to, or get closer to. Your eyes tell him that story. Your smile draws him in. Your eyes hold him there. Together, these two features create the first wave of attraction, the gentle magnetic pull that makes a man keep looking your way even when he tells himself not to. They are the first spark, the beginning of the I want to know her feeling that men rarely admit but always feel. There's a moment right after he notices your smile in your eyes when his attention shifts without him even realizing it. It's almost involuntary, a gentle pull toward the parts of you that communicate vulnerability, intimacy, and softness. And this is where men get completely lost, because now he's not just observing you, he's imagining you, not in an explicit way, but in an emotional, sensory, almost instinctive way. That's when he starts staring at your lips. Men notice lips for a reason women don't often think about. Lips communicate warmth. They reveal whether you're comfortable, nervous, playful, or deep in thought. If your smile is what draws him towards you, your lips are what make him want to stay. He watches how they move when you speak, how they press together when you think, and how they soften when you're relaxed. He notices the shape, not because he's judging it, but because lips are one of the first places the body reveals emotional openness. And here's something most women don't realize: a man doesn't stare at your lips because he's imagining kissing you. He stares because your lips tell a story about how you express emotion. Are they expressive, soft? Do they curve when you're amused? Do they tighten when you're unsure? These micro changes catch his attention like flashes of light. Even a small, unintentional bite of your lower lip, purely out of habit, can trigger his curiosity instantly. Not because it's sexy, but because it looks like a moment of vulnerability that slipped out before you could hide it. Then, almost in the same breath, he becomes aware of your voice. A woman's voice is one of the most underestimated forms of feminine power, not because of the sound itself, but because of the emotional frequency it carries. Your voice tells him exactly who you are long before your words do. Men don't fall for perfect voices. They fall for voices that feel alive, voices that shift, soften, rise, warm, and express. He notices how you say hello. He notices the softness in your tone when you're being polite, the warmth when you're comfortable, the spark when you're excited, and even the silence between your words. A man can be completely captivated by a woman simply because of how she speaks. A calm, steady voice makes him feel grounded. A playful, teasing tone makes him feel challenged. A soft tone makes him want to lean in so he doesn't miss anything. All of this happens subconsciously, deep in his nervous system. He hears you, but more importantly, he feels you. Then there's the third subtle trigger, one that men pretend they don't notice, but absolutely do: the movement of your hair. This has nothing to do with length, style, or color. It's about motion. The way your hair shifts when you turn your head, the way it catches light when you move, the way it falls over your shoulder or gets tucked behind your ear, or brushes gently against your face. These small, effortless movements signal femininity in a way nothing else does. Hair movement is fluid, instinctive, and natural, and men are wired to notice it because it speaks to softness, vitality, and presence. When a woman touches her hair, even casually, Even absent-mindedly, men interpret it as emotional signaling, not intentionally, not consciously, but instinctively. A simple hair tuck can be perceived as shyness. A playful flick can look like confidence. Letting your hair down can appear like freedom. And when the wind moves your hair without you even touching it, that's when he becomes completely mesmerized, because now your beauty looks effortless. Together, your lips, your voice, and your hair create an emotional atmosphere around you. A vibe. They don't demand attention, they attract it. They don't try to impress, they simply exist. And these three elements, more than anything else, make him stare without meaning to. They're the details he replays in his mind later, wondering why they affected him so deeply. Your smile and eyes made him notice you, but your lips, your voice, and your hair, they make him want to know you. There's a moment when a man has already noticed your smile, your eyes, your lips, your voice, your hair, and now he's not just looking at you. He's watching you, not in a creepy way, but in that instinctive, biological, deeply human way men observe movement. Because once a man is pulled into your presence, the next thing he becomes hyper aware of is the way you walk. Your walk reveals more about you than anything you wear. It tells him your energy, your confidence level, your emotional state, your relationship with yourself. Men stare at a woman's walk because a walk isn't just movement. It's a signature, it's rhythm, it's presence. And presence is the number one thing that makes a woman unforgettable. A confident walk doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't need hips swaying like a movie scene or exaggerated steps. Men actually respond more to the natural rhythm of your body, the organic sway of your hips, the relaxed movement of your shoulders, the grounded, balanced pace of your steps. When you walk with intention, even if it's slow and soft, it sends a powerful subconscious message. I know who I am. I'm connected to myself. Men don't stare at your walk because it's sexy. They stare because your walk is a live demonstration of your self-trust. A graceful walk shows emotional ease. A fast, tense walk shows stress or self-consciousness. A playful walk shows lightness. A slow walk shows calmness. Your walk tells him everything he needs to know about your vibe without a single word. And here's the secret most women never hear. Men don't respond to the shape of your body as much as they respond to the energy your body expresses while you move. It's the flow, the softness, the quiet confidence, the grounded steps, the relaxed shoulders. Movement speaks louder than appearance. But what really makes him stare, what keeps him fascinated long after he's noticed the way you walk, is your body language. This is where a man truly gets hooked. Your body language tells him whether you're guarded, open, confident, shy, observant, playful, or mysterious. Men are deeply visual creatures, but not in the shallow way people assume. They're actually sensitive to micro movements, the tiny gestures you make when you're unaware anyone is watching. He notices how you hold your back. He notices where you place your hands. He notices if your shoulders are relaxed or tense. He notices if you stand tall or collapse inward. He notices how you sit, whether you cross your legs gently, adjust your posture, or lean forward with interest when speaking. He watches the way you lean in when you're engaged, the way you tilt your head when you're curious, the way your fingers move when you're talking. These movements matter because they are physical expressions of your emotional world. If you're open, he feels safe. If you're playful, he feels challenged. If you're soft, he feels drawn in. If you're confident, he feels impressed. Here's something deeply psychological. A woman's body language tells a man whether she is emotionally available before she ever says a word. If your arms are open instead of crossed, he interprets that as warmth. If your shoulders are relaxed, he feels like you're at ease. If your posture is strong, he sees confidence without arrogance. If your gestures are natural, he feels you're authentic. And if you are simply present, not rushing, not shrinking, not performing, that presence is intoxicating for him. Because presence is rare, presence is attractive, presence is feminine. Your body language shows him not just how you move, but how you feel about yourself. And that is what he finds magnetic. A man can admire beauty, but he is captivated by energy. He can appreciate physical shape, but he is mesmerized by presence. He can like how you look, but he falls for how you carry yourself. Your walk pulls his eyes toward you. Your body language keeps his attention locked. Together, they create a gravity he doesn't understand but can't escape. By the time a man has noticed the way you smile, the way you walk, the way your voice wraps around your words, something deeper happens inside him. His attention shifts from attraction to curiosity. And now, he's not just watching how you look, he's watching how you feel. This is where two of the most surprising triggers come in, two things men stare at far more than women realize. Your hands and your emotional expressions. Let's start with your hands because they tell a story even when the rest of your body stays still. Your hands reveal your nervousness, your warmth, your softness, your confidence, your energy. Men often don't consciously realize this, but hands are one of the most emotionally intimate parts of the body. They represent touch, connection, and comfort long before touch ever actually happens. So what does he look at? Everything. The way you hold your cup, the way your fingers move when you talk, the way you tuck your hair behind your ear, the way you hold your phone with one hand and gesture with the other. The way your nails look, whether natural or polished, because nails signal care, softness, and attention to detail. When your hands rest gently, he sees calmness. When your fingers play with your jewelry, he sees femininity. When your gestures are expressive, he sees personality. When your hands move with ease, he sees confident openness. Men don't fall for hands because of how perfect they are. They fall for hands because of the emotional energy behind them. Hands are soft, hands express, hands communicate before words do. A woman's hands can make a man feel grounded, welcomed, teased, or even mesmerized, all without her trying. And the most irresistible part, women never intend to be attractive with their hands. That's why men love it, because it's natural, it's unconscious, it's feminine in the most effortless way. But the thing that makes him stare even more, sometimes uncontrollably, is your emotional expressions. Not just the expressions on your face, but the little bursts of emotion that slip out when you feel something deeply. This is where men get absolutely hooked, because emotional expression isn't something men naturally allow themselves to have. They admire it in women because it's something they secretly wish they could connect to more often. Here are the micro expressions he studies without even knowing why: the way your eyebrows lift when you're surprised, the way your nose scrunches when something is adorable, the way your cheeks glow when you laugh, the way you look down shyly when you feel flattered, the way your lips part slightly when you're curious or intrigued, the way your face softens when you're listening deeply. Each of these expressions triggers something in him, not lust, but tenderness and emotional pull, a softening, a moment where he feels connected to you without words. A woman who expresses emotion isn't too much. She's real, she's human, she's warm, she's present. And presence is what men crave more than anything. Your emotional expressions tell him everything he needs to know about your spirit. Are you joyful? Are you empathetic? Are you thoughtful? Do you feel deeply? Men are not attracted to emotional chaos. They're attracted to emotional aliveness. A woman who feels, responds, reacts, laughs, blushes, lights up, she becomes unforgettable. Why? Because emotional expression is intimate. It reveals the heart behind the appearance. It shows him what kind of connection he could have with you. It gives him a glimpse of the real you, the you behind the smile, behind the hair, behind the presence. Hands show your softness, expressions show your soul, and when he sees both, that's when he stops merely staring and starts imagining what it would feel like to actually know the woman behind those moments. Here's a truth almost no one says out loud. Men crave to feel chosen, not selected by coincidence, not accepted because he was there, not picked because he's familiar or available, but chosen with intention, chosen with desire, chosen because you wanted him specifically. This fantasy is so deep, most men don't even admit it to themselves. But it shows up everywhere in how they love, how they flirt, how they touch, and how they respond to even the smallest signals of appreciation. And yet women miss it all the time. Most men walk through life feeling invisible, lonely in crowded rooms, unnoticed even when they're trying their best. Society teaches him to be tough, silent, and self-reliant, so he never learned how to express the softer truth inside him. I wish someone would pick me not for what I can give, but for who I am. This isn't weakness. This is biology. A man's nervous system lights up in a completely different way when he feels like he is intentionally, explicitly, confidently chosen by the woman he desires. It activates his primal instinct to devote, to protect, to impress, to love harder. Women think men are simple, but when it comes to emotional safety, they are more fragile than anyone realizes. This fantasy shows up in tiny everyday moments, when you reach for his hand instead of waiting for him to make a move, when you text him first and say, "I was thinking about you," when you look at him with slow, steady eye contact that says, "You matter to me," when you choose to sit beside him instead of across from him, when you randomly compliment him, especially on something no one else notices. These small gestures hit him deeper than grand gestures, because men don't get this kind of validation often. So when it comes from the woman they desire, it changes his entire emotional chemistry. It makes him feel alive, wanted, valued, and that feeling becomes addictive. You know what one of the biggest male fantasies is? It's not a position, it's not an act, it's not a role play. It's this moment she walks toward him, touches his chest lightly, looks into his eyes and whispers something like, "I want you."
Yeah.
That simple, that real, that intentional. To a man, that is fireworks in the nervous system. That is dopamine flooding his brain. That is his deepest emotional hunger being fed. This fantasy is not sexual, it's psychological, it's spiritual, it's about belonging. When a man feels chosen, he feels safe to give the best version of himself. He opens up, he kitches differently. He listens deeply, he becomes playful, confident, soft, bold, all at the same time. He becomes the man he always wished he could be. Most men will never say this because it sounds vulnerable, because it sounds like he needs reassurance, because it sounds like he wants to feel loved. But that's exactly the truth. Even the strongest man in your life wants to know that if you had 100 choices, you would still pick him. And if you show him this intentionally, through your words, your attention, your body language, your energy, you unlock a level of devotion most women have never experienced. If you want to see a man truly fall for you, give him the certainty that he is your choice, not just your circumstance. It will change the way he looks at you. It will change the way he touches you. It will change the way he prioritizes you. Because when a man feels chosen, he stops holding back. He stops guessing. He stops doubting whether he's enough. Instead, he steps into a powerful masculine energy that is loving, stable, and deeply committed. This is the fantasy he hides behind jokes, behind confidence, behind silence. But if you give it to him, even in small doses, he will give you more of himself than you ever imagined. At the end of the day, everything you heard in this video comes down to one truth. Men may act strong, confident, logical, and unaffected, but inside they are carrying silent desires they rarely speak about. They want to feel wanted. They want to feel safe. They want to be chosen. They want emotional softness, not just physical touch. They want depth, not just desire. And when a woman understands these hidden fantasies, she doesn't just attract a man, she transforms him. She becomes the one he never forgets, the one he opens his heart for, the one he protects, cherishes, and prioritizes above everything else. So if anything in this video opened your eyes or made you understand men in a new way, then don't just leave quietly. Stay connected, stay curious, stay growing. Because the more you understand the psychology behind male desire, the more powerful you become in your relationships and in your own feminine energy. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Yes, you, the one watching this right now, which part of this video shocked you the most? Which secret made you think, whoa, I had no idea men felt this so deeply? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and your comments help me understand what topics you want next, what mysteries about men you want me to uncover, what emotional truths you want exposed, and what secrets you want explained. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like this video, subscribe, And turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next deep dive into real relationship psychology. Because trust me, the next video will reveal something about men that will change the way you see intimacy forever. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for giving yourself the chance to understand love on a deeper level. Stay empowered, stay magnetic, stay curious. I'll see you in the next one.